Okay, it's me back to do your bonus read. After I got off the other video, I sort of thought about it and thought, did I actually say thank you for all of your support? You know, you guys are amazing. Not a day goes past when I don't receive a beautiful message from one of you. And you have to understand how much that means to me. It's not an ego boost for me at all. It just feels like support from your own family. And I've said this a million times. I feel like this journey for me has really shown me how much you can be appreciated and cared for. And not something that I'd found so forthcoming in my life. And it's been such an amazing journey for me. And when I hear you sort of write to me, and I know a lot of you have been sort of worried because I've been taking time off, and it really hasn't been a bad thing. I've needed to have the time off. I've done a lot of soul searching over the last couple of months, a lot of decisions, a lot of big decisions that I've never made before, and a lot of trust, which I have really struggled with all of my life. And I feel like that I can do things now because I can really trust that if I've, done something that isn't in my best interest, or I've moved in a direction that isn't right for me, that somehow or another along the way, I will find my way. Whereas I would never take the risks before. It was always something where, I'd think, that's great, but is it worth the risk? And of course I wouldn't take the risk. So I feel like, doing things now at my time of life have come in a very different way to what they would have done when I was younger and less, I guess, sure of myself, or a lot less comfortable with who I am. And when you write to me and you say to me, hope everything's okay, and, we're thinking about you and supporting you, I feel like somehow or another that validates my reasons for coming on and doing these readings. Again, I don't need validation for the person I am, and it's certainly not an ego boost for me. It's more about really being confirmed that what I do is right for people and really helps people move on their journey. So I want to say thank you to those who do write to me and give me such a beautiful message. And I know some of you have been doing that right from the beginning. I may not always really sort of say how I feel about that, but I want to say that brings me a great deal of love, and I share it back to you when you do that for me. I send it straight back. So even if I don't always comment, the love is definitely reciprocal. All right, let's get into your bonus reading. We're going to use the Rider-Waite Tarot for your reading. I don't think I said I was using the Muse Tarot in the last reading either. So if you watched the last reading, that was the Muse Tarot. I think I got a little bit sort of like wanting to get into the reading. All right, as I do now. So we're going to use the Albano Rider-Waite Tarot. Okay, so first out of the gate, we get the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles is a card that talks about group work. It talks about two people, two things working on something else. For me, it always has this very, very religious feel, this card. And has always, from the beginning of my readings, made me feel like some sort of contract is taking place here, some sort of signing up for something, which sort of is like this idea of a soul contract or some sort of binding agreement you have with someone to work on something. That's what's always come through. So there seems to be an emphasis here on working out some sort of component of your soul contract. Now, it doesn't always mean a romantic thing either, because you could have a soul contract with a family member, for example. Now, the idea of soul contracts is that you are brought to the earth and you belong to a whole soul family. And there are people in that family that you have decided somewhere or another will come into your life and help you learn a lesson. Whether that is a good lesson or whether it's something that you learn about yourself that doesn't feel as comfortable, doesn't matter. Somebody here has some sort of agreement that you've made long before you've come to earth to help you move through something. And the timing would be incredibly specific. Like, maybe I'm going through this and I need someone to come in and help me through the other side. And that's how we learn, because when we come to Earth, of course, all our memories are erased. We don't know who we are. We start off the world as a complete clean slate, or so they say. We still have that deliberation, of course, in terms of science. But mainly we come to Earth with a clean slate. So I feel like here there is some component of your soul's journey that is being opened up for you. Now, it could be that you are in a position here where you feel tied and bound to something that really isn't good for you, but you are feeling very tied and bound to it. When we see the 8 of Swords, for me, it's very much that victim mentality, because you could free yourself from this. There is no doubt in my mind. The bondage is not that tight. You know, the headdress could be taken off, the blindfold could be removed, and she's certainly not really stuck in the swords. It only seems that way because she's blindfolded and doesn't want to see the truth. I feel like here somebody is coming in here to help you remove that blindfold, to free you up from something. Very, very strong feeling here, and that's going to free you up to move forward. So there is something here that's holding you back, but it's part of your soul's journey. Whatever this is, you can't move forward until this particular sort of occurrence takes place, because you've got yourself here in some sort of bind. So, for example, you could be stuck in a really negative situation, negative relationship. You could be feeling like the world is on top of you and you don't know how to get out of it. The job you're working in could be absolutely awful, but you can't move because you feel like somehow or another you're not going to find another job. Whatever it is, somebody is coming in here to free you up from that. And you will be able to move forward in a way that's much better for you. There is fear here. There is some sort of fear about whether you can move forward because of something. So I don't know whether this fear here is, it may be that you've got a fear of being alone. It could be that you have a fear that you can't make money. But something here is telling me that you're repeating a cycle. So you might be going round and round and round, deciding you want to go but then staying, deciding you want to leave a job but then staying, deciding whether to leave the relationship and staying, and you are cycling. And honestly, when I see this and I see this victim mentality, there is a strong feeling here that your fear is about you moving away. You are conflicted. So this is the going round in cycles. The shall I, shan't I? Shall I, shan't I? Do I, don't I? Could I, couldn't I? Do I have what it takes? Possibly not. Am I, equipped enough? Do I have the money? Could I do this? Maybe not. So that's what you're doing here. There is a really strong fear. Okay. I felt this tower come through in the What's Cracking reading. So I feel like some of you are about to hit a wall here. We do, however, have the sun on the other side, which is a really good thing. So the tower here tells me that somehow or another, something is going to either be a shock for you, or it's going to be, and I feel like this is sort of fitting in a lot with the What's Cracking reading, whatever this is that's coming to you here is either going to be a shock, or it's going to shock you to the core, because perhaps you already knew this all along and you didn't trust. Now, I know we all do this. And my thing is always remembering working in bar work. It's the biggest one for me. And it's happened so many times since, and more than likely it happened many times before. I was collecting glasses, as you do, and I had them sort of piled up behind me. And I was collecting schooner glasses, which are sort of fairly big glasses, not quite a pint for those who were overseas. And I'd collected them up and they were quite tall behind me. And I remember thinking, you know what, there's one glass on that table. I'm just going to collect that last glass. Maybe there were 4 glasses on the table. I needed to put one up there so I could carry the other 4, whatever. But whatever I did, I knew before I did it that somehow or another it was going to be a really bad move. But I still did it anyway. I still did it anyway, knowing that that one glass was probably going to create a problem for me. And it did. Because when I put the glass in, it was the straw that broke the camel's back. I heard all the glasses go crack, 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 crack all the way through from the extra weight. And I remember standing there thinking, this is now really dangerous. I've got like a potential time bomb over my shoulder, and I couldn't get it down because I'd managed to get the glass in there, and I couldn't take it out. It wasn't going to work that way. But what I'm trying to get at here is very often we have these little insights, you know, that say to us, if you do this, it's going to be the wrong thing to do. I feel like somehow or another you may be getting some sort of energy coming in from somebody that's going to show you that something you're doing, something that you've done, something that has gone past or is about to take place, that you are going to doubt yourself on. But it could be that you're getting some sort of communication here that is helping you to see something for the first time. Because when I see the sun here, we've got Scorpio Leo energy coming through here. But when I see the sun here, I feel very, very strongly that whatever this information is going to be life-changing for you. Because it's going to rock your boat with the tower there. All right, Nine of Cups coming straight out of the gate. We could finish the reading here, right? So whatever this is going to be life-changing. It's going to either help you to get a wish to come true or help you move in a direction that's going to make your life feel really, really good. All right, there seems to be a weighing up of a decision here in regards to maybe a fire sign, because I did have the Leo energy coming through here. And there is some sort of disappointment. Now, again, I'm feeling here, this is very, very similar to the feeling I had in the What's Cracking reading. You know, if you have a look at how she is looking at this Five of Cups, all right? So there's this sort of energy that Spirit is talking about, some sort of relief coming from disappointment, some sort of energy coming from something that's disappointing. So I'm not really sure if this means that you're going to get news that's disappointing, but it's going to put you in a great place. But whatever it is, it feels like something is moving you in a brand new direction. And it's going to be life-changing. Whatever this is, you are really being sort of almost, it's not repelling, but it's almost like you're going to sort of fly in a brand new direction when you've perhaps been sort of wondering how to get there. And it's going to knock you off balance here, I feel. Whatever it is, it's going to knock you off balance, because it's sort of like the energy of something really good coming out of something really that's not good. All right, so there we go. Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups. The High Priestess in exactly the same place as it was in the What's Cracking reading, followed by the Hierophant. I really want to say to you here that perhaps somehow or another, with the High Priestess and the Hierophant, which is the High Priest, that somehow or another you're coming up against something here, or hitting something here that is going to flip your beliefs completely. Your beliefs are completely changing, and maybe you've been carrying around something with you that was negative or not really positive, but you've been masking it somehow. Because it's almost like you're getting to glimpse behind your own mask. This isn't somebody else's mask. I want to say to you, you are the Queen of Wands. But you've been living in the Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups energy for way too long. It's time to step out of the shadows. All right, Knight of Swords coming through. Four of Pentacles. Don't you love it when that happens? Some sort of truth is about to be revealed to you here. And it's going to allow you to let go of something that has kept you restrained from your own glory, I want to say. It's coming via communication. And I would say to you, because of the energy we have in this mini read, it's possible that this was meant to happen. And I feel like that oracle card from the What's Cracking reading, Trust the Timing, would have been perfect on this one too. because something is about to propel you toward a brand new beginning, something that perhaps you didn't think was possible. And that high priest and high priestess for me is very, very powerful here, because somehow or another it's helping you to see some sort of truth that you've not seen before. There is something in that really feels, let me just do the mini read. I just want to put another card on that. There is a soul contract here that you are about to undertake, which is going to free you and help you move forward on something that has kept you locked in your own fears and trapped in a what if energy for so long. Something that's going to be life-changing, that's going to bring you a great deal of happiness here. The Empress is behind that. So it might be for some of you the final step in a journey that you've been taking. Maybe the final step in seeing who you are or clearing away the past. I feel like it's almost like you've been missing something. And I know Spirit shows me some funny things sometimes, but they're showing me a missing key on the piano. So whatever that means to whoever I'm speaking to, I'm seeing a piano with a missing key. I'm also getting the Temperance card flying out. Do you think that might be divine timing? Something you didn't see coming here, but it's really brilliant because it's going to help you see. I see somebody coming in with that sword here, and they're actually running towards the Five of Pentacles. So it's like this energy of running towards something just to cut it away, just to set you free. Now, because the High Priest and High Priestess have come out together, I feel like there's something significant here. Something very significant. 10 of Cups. So if you are wondering, that came out to clarify. So something is being shown to you here that I feel is going to be very, very potent. Potent enough to shift you forward on your journey. Again, a very, very similar energy to the What's Cracking reading. And it could be that new love is coming towards you. It could be that old love is returning. It could be somebody from the past who's opening you up to some sort of journey here. All right, lifting the veil. How awesome is that? Questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Lifting the veil. I love how Spirit works. Things aren't always as they seem. This era is one of uncovering mistruths so we can remember ancient truths. Everything is in a state of recall and realignment. Anything that isn't in harmony with the planet will not survive. This goes for society and the world at large as well as our own lives. If you pull this card, you're being called. Oh, sorry, I have such big sneezes too. It feels good though. This goes for society and the world at large, as well as our own lives. If you pull this card, you're being called to energetically scan your life for things that may no longer be a vibrational match for you or who you are and how you've grown. To dismantle the systems and ways of being that once served you and others but no longer do. Some starseeds are here to lift the veil between the seen and the unseen worlds, to shine a light on things that are inauthentic or unaligned with the survival and well-being of the earth, to stand for and to protect those who don't have a voice, to look deeper and question everything that previous generations did not. Some starseeds cannot tolerate things that aren't congruent. They're here to bring society and humanity back into harmony with the planet and the Creator at large. If we tolerate things in our lives that aren't aligned and congruent with it, we add to the misalignment of the planet. You're being called to trust yourself. Notice what's out of alignment and then take the baby steps required to bring it back into harmony. This is no easy feat, but it's so worthwhile, both individually and for the planet. Now, I have to read you this little bit here because I feel like this is why the Temperance card jumped out. How are you being called to bring it back into harmony? What isn't congruent in your life? Sorry, my nose. In doing a lot of moving, I get a lot of dust and it stirs up that whole hay fever thing. Something is not aligned in your life. Something is out of alignment. And that Temperance card tells me not only is the time right to bring it in, to put it back in alignment, but it's also telling you that the time is right. The time is right. Bringing something back into balance within you. I'll leave you with that. 2020 on the clock. Thanks.